Hi, Mac Pierre-Louis here, attorney at law and mediator from Houston, Texas.
And Natalia Ołowska-Czajka from Warsaw, Poland, and advocate and mediator.
It is lovely to meet you today in this open-air city where the sun is shining brightly. We are in Milan. And Natalia, what caused us to be here today?
We are in Milan, Arco della Pace behind us, and we are here today because I came for an international conference of International Academy of Family Law, where the international practitioners from all over the world specializing in family law were discussing, amongst other, the Hague Convention on Child Abduction, which is the topic of our video today.
Yes, so this is a great occasion to discuss the Hague Convention on International Abduction of Children. And we need to also talk about the practical applications of the Hague Convention. So first, the Hague Convention is designed to protect a child's right to return to their home country, the child's right to grow in their home country of habitual residence, and to help that child have a bond with both of his or her parents. The Hague Convention applies when one parent relocates a child without the consent of the other. The aim of the convention is to ensure that the child is returned back to the home country after they're abducted, and to do it as quickly as possible.
And as such, the Hague Convention sets out grounds for international cooperation between the states to ensure that the child is really taken back to the country where it was originally abducted from. In order to do that, a special body named Central Authority was formulated, and it is usually located either in Ministry of Justice or Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And you, being affected by such a situation, can contact directly this very authority. However, the Hague Convention sets up also and primarily the court procedure for the quick return.
So when we talk about court procedures, it's important to remember that court procedures under the convention's rules are effective because they're free of charge. They're also free of formalities. They don't require super legalese, foreign documents. The goal is for the court to examine the rights of custody or contact of the parents to a child, and to see if the relocation of the child infringes on the other parent's rights, and whether or not the parent who's left behind in the other country consented to the child being relocated.
And having said all that, please remember that the Hague Convention court procedure, being court procedure, has first of all second instance, so in case you fail in the first instance you have the right to appeal, but also gives you the right to use a lawyer. And in between of that, you can still be under the monitoring of the central authority, so that it is easier to even locate the child if you don't know precisely where the child has been abducted to.
Mm-hmm. Just like we say that the court procedures are supposed to be free, well, court itself is supposed to be free to access, and the speed is supposed to be very fast. Any procedure that's under the Hague Convention's rules are supposed to finish within 6 weeks after they're commenced. What needs to be remembered is that one of the goals of the court is to protect the visitation and contact rights of the left behind parent with the child.
Please remember that in practice, most of the cases of Hague Convention have at their background the consent of the other parent. However, this consent is then abused by, for example, going on vacation or Christmas to your home country and then staying far behind the prescribed or designed period of stay. And in here, Hague Convention again is applicable.
So a common mistake is thinking that the Hague Convention is designed to reunite families. No, the goal is to return the child back to the place of habitual residence.
And since it has to be quick, it has to be effective, once they are back home, nothing prohibits the person who was the abductor to institute the legal proceedings there, to have the child legally relocated, so that everything is done under the proper procedure. So once the kid is back, the procedure can start to legally relocate the child.
So the parent who relocates a child improperly can avoid that horrible and painful process of having to be forced to return back home by simply reaching agreements, like international family mediation, for example. There's electronic mediations for distant parents who live in different countries. Mediation typically is quicker, it's less adversarial, and the parents have more control than they would otherwise have if they went to court where a judge decides.
Therefore, the mediation is so widely promoted by the courts, by the central authorities in the Hague Convention cases. It enables the parents of the child to reach agreement, which will be far beyond the possibilities that are created for central authority and courts under the Hague Conventions, which is actually simply to either return the child to the country where the child was abducted from or not. Whereas in mediation, we can talk about any other solution, like, yes, enabling the child to adapt to the new conditions, yes, instituting the new visiting scheme for the left behind parent.
Yeah, so we hope that you've enjoyed this video. See the next video on what you need to be aware of when facing a Hague Convention case. So we hope you enjoyed this. Again, Mac Pierre-Louis, attorney at law.
Natalia Ołowska-Czajka, and see you in the next video.
Thanks.